Hallelujah. Another beautiful Sunday. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hello, Ifechi. That's Musisi Kizito. You came in earlier. Right. Hello, 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 everyone. Such a beautiful and sunny day. Sunny Sunday here in the UK. We are happy. We are celebrating. We normally celebrate the good weather here. So it's quite sunny and hot out there. Great is thy faithfulness, O Lord my Father. There is no shadow of turning within. Thou changest not thy compassion, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, God, unto me. Summer and winter, springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above. Join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Ihe niile banyere m na-emetụ Chukwu n'obi. Echiche udo, ọganiru ka ọ na-echere m. Ọ gaghị ekwe ka echiche ndị iro mezue. Amara Chineke Obaruba Nebaino. If you're in the background, please come up the video, the live. Also share it so that we can get others in the building. If you're not able to chat, just try and help by sharing the live stream so that others can join. And if they can't join, they can watch the live stream later on. We're not going to waste time today. We're going to go straight into health message that I have for today when we have a few people in the house. So if you're in the background watching, just remember to thumb up and share if you don't mind. And so we can have more people in the house. Ihe niile banyere m na-emetụ Chukwu n'obi, echiche udo, ọganiru ka ọ na-echere m, ọ gaghị ekwe ka echiche ndị iro mezue. Amara Chineke ọbara ụba n'ebe nọ, ihe niile banyere m na-emetụ Chukwu n'obi, echiche udo, ọganiru ka ọ na-echere m, ọ gaghị ekwe ka echiche ndị iro mezue. Amara Chineke ọbara ụba n'ebe m nọ, ihe niile banyere anyị na-emetụ Chukwu anyị n'obi, echiche udo, ọganiru ka ọ na-echere anyị, ọ gaghị ekwe ka echiche ndị iro mezue. Amara Chineke ọbara ụba n'ebe anyị nọ. Jehovah, you are good. You are good to me. You are good to us. Thank you, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Shammah, the El Shaddai, the beginning and the end. May your name be glorified for today. Give glory, Father. Take glory, Father. Take glory, Son. Take glory, Holy Ghost, now forevermore. Adonai, we worship you. Son of God, you are so good. I haven't even shared myself out. I'm asking people to share out, and I have not shared myself out. Let me do that just now. Let me share in my community. Let me share myself out. Ịbụ Chukwu onye dị ike, ịbụ Chukwu onye dị mma, ịbụ Alfa na Omega m, onye mbụ na onye ikpeazụ, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ, ya ka m ji na-asị Ibu Chimo, oh, Ide Bube, Ide Omimi, Ibu Alpha na Omega mo, onye mbụ na onye ikpeazụ, mmalite n'ọgwụgwụ, ya ka m ji na-asị ịbụ Chimo, ịdị ebube, ịdị omimi, ịbụ Alpha na Omega mo. Mina, thank you for coming in to keep me company. I said today, what's happening today? People are busy, and I understand that. Yeah, Musisi came before. He's not here at the moment. So thank you for being here. And how are you and the family? I hope you're all good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you don't mind, share me in your community. Let's see if others can come. Or if they can't, at the moment, they can watch the video later. They will come. Yes, that's what happens. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes before I even start, there'll be about 3 people waiting. And sometimes I will start and nothing is happening until about 10, 15, 20 minutes, or even half an hour later. Then people will start coming. So that's okay. I fully understand. We are all well. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, people were messaging me from Nigeria, America, other parts, asking about the protest in the UK. And I kept saying to them, I don't know anything about the protest. Where we are, it's only in the news that we heard about the protest. So I said to them, I've no clue what's happening with the protest. So where you are, Emina, was there any protest? Was there any disruption with this UK protest? Because where I am, we didn't even hear or see anything. Oh, blessed are the countryside. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, you know, Mina, you said it that they will come. People are coming gradually now. That's good. Thank you. No problem in my town. Yeah, that's the thing. The people we have messaging, asking what's going on. Are you safe? I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but we thank God. We thank God that in our areas there were no protests. Yeah, the protest was hijacked. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh dear. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. The Lord reigneth. Blessed be the rock. Let the rock, God of my salvation, be exalted. The Lord liveth. Blessed be the rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. Wow, 3 young girls were stabbed. Really? Whoa. Yeah, I had quite a bit of some casualties in different areas. Wow, young girls. Wow. You know, all these protests, all these riots and all that, I don't know what they achieve. Okay, at a dance class. Oh, at a dance class, not nothing to do with the protest. The hypocrisy, yes, far too much, far too much. Wow, so sad, really, really sad. I hope it's sunny where you are. We went out for lunch. I came back. I still got my sunshade on. I'll be removing that. Some indoors now. There's sunshine out there, but I don't need the sunshade inside here. We just came back. And I started the live stream just as I was when I came back. That is why you are good, Jehovah, Jehovah Nissi. That is why you are good, Jehovah, Jehovah Shammah. What you say you will do, where you say you will be. That is why you are good, Jehovah, Jehovah Shammah. That is why you are good, Jehovah, Jehovah Yahweh. That is why you are good, Jehovah. What you say you will do, where you say you will be. That is why you are good, Jehovah. The little black boy that was stabbed and killed, they didn't protect because now you go picking, now they are praying. That's the thing. That's the thing. So much crazy, terrible. I love your outfit. Oh, thank you. You know, this outfit, I don't know whether I've told you people. I've said it a few times here. Oh, Musisi is here. Musisi. Before I say I talk about my outfits, that's blessed. It's a very simple outfit. It was before I talk. I sing for Musisi. Musisi is here now. I'll sing for him. I'll sing his song in a minute. But before then, yes, blessed. This cloth was made by my daughter in Nigeria. You know, in 2016 we acquired a daughter in Nigeria. It's an orphan. And then in that 2016, and we sent her to Uniben. She just graduated and she's doing her youth service now because at the time we met her, obviously her parents were gone. Uncles from his father's side don't want to know. The ones from their mother's side cannot help them. There are 6 of them. So when we went to the priest in our village to ask about anybody that suits our need like that it had to be a daughter for obvious reasons because we have sons and that we can adopt, acquire, whatever you want to call it. So this girl, her name is Favor Chiemeka. You know, sometimes when you name your children, you don't know what follows their name. So when we went to the pastor and we told him we are specific about what we want, we said that we want somebody, preferably a girl, whose father has passed away and the mother struggling to raise them up, and preferably a priest, because we know that when some of these pastors pass away, their wives and children are chopped out of the building, they are not cared for. So we were specific. And that man, the pastor, at the time, he was not selfish. If he was selfish, he would have started looking for somebody from his own side, but he didn't. He just said, oh my God, that there's a family, there are 6 children, that their father passed away 2 years before. And that as we speak, that was in 2016, as we speak, that the body of their mom is in the mortuary, was in the mortuary, and that this particular, that the one that will suit her needs is called Favor, and she's the second daughter that she's been trying to get to uni, that she wants to read medicine. She's quite intelligent. She wants to go to uni, but nobody to train her. And we're like, wow, okay, we are going to look into that. We're going to travel back the next day, so we couldn't meet her. So we left our phone number with the pastor and said to give it to her and for her to call us. So when we go back to the UK in January of that year, she called us and she explained who she was. I'm like, oh, and immediately I called her my daughter, and she was so happy. She was in tears that she hasn't heard anything like that since she couldn't hear her mother's voice anymore. And that for somebody to just call her my daughter like that without even seeing her and everything. So we just gelled over the phone like that, So That was in 2016. Laurentia, you're very welcome. I'm telling the story of my daughter because Bless asked me about this outfit I'm wearing. And I just want to tell the story about who made it. And that's my daughter and the story I'm telling now. And remember when we went home in December, 2 of the cake for the event, 2 of them, she made them actually. So this girl, Favor, at the time we took her over as our own, she was just nobody to help, but she was very good girl. She kept herself. Some people in that situation will start going and do things, horrible things to make money. You mentioned it before, Favor, the favored one. Thank you, blessed. Yeah. You know this channel very well, so you know this story already. Yes, I've told the story before. Why I'm telling it again is that just to say how everything now progressed. So at the time, she now says, we asked her what does she want to do. She said that she wants to go to university and that she wants to study medicine. And our people are medicine, 5 and 6. They want all these things that ring bell. But we said to her, look, you just have to study hard. We helped her, put her through JAM, paid extra thing for her to do JAM at the time. Which university do you want to attend? She said, and they live in Owerri. She said, Uniben. I said, why Uniben though? Because you don't live. She said, yeah, I have a friend over there, and they said that the university is very good. That's where I want to go. I'm like, wow. Because those of you, again, who know me in my channel will know that my most senior sister, the professor, she lives in Benin, and she's a professor at Uniben. The one that came, I did a video with her when she visited us. She's my most senior sister, and she lectures there. So when she said Uniben, I just laughed in my mind. I said, why Uniben? She said, I just want to go there. I said, okay, you just have to study hard. And later on, before I even told her anything about my sister, because my sister will help only if you get the points, if you have to get the number of marks you require. So I said to her, you have to study hard. That's the only way you can get into any university you want. And she did. She was very dedicated. She was studying hard. We paid for extra lessons. We just want her to be where she wants to be. When God places people in your lives, when God locates you, just like Blessed at the Countryside said, she's a favor and she's favored. And so when you name your children, give them their names. Don't take it for that, we are just naming them. Names are powerful. They have meanings. For example, our third son is Chinaze. That one is a big story on its own. I don't want to go into that now. So, lovely, would you? Thank you. We're telling this brief story about my outfit. my simple outfit. Somebody admired it, so I want to tell the story about who made it and about my daughter Favor. I'm sure you have heard about her before. So there were 6 of them. She is number 4. And so we picked her up, and then she went through JAM. The point she made was not up to reading medicine, but we said to her, look, you don't have to read medicine. Since you're science inclined, you can do other things. So she's done something, biochemistry, something like that. So she went into Uniben. She just doing her youth service now. Remember, there was a time they had strike. There was strike, and the uni, here in the UK they call it uni. Uni were on strike, so there was nothing to do. She begged us and said, Mommy, Daddy, I really want to learn how to do some baking and also sewing. I've been watching people do sewing. I want to learn. And we're like, wow, why not? And then she started learning. We paid for her to join somebody to be learning through that person. She was very good. She was learning. She was showing us little things she was doing. And then at a stage, we opted. She didn't ask, because she's always scared to ask us about of things, thinking that she's disturbing us. And we told her, look, we're taking you as our daughter. So the way you relate with your own mom and dad, that's how you relate to us. You must not be afraid to tell us your needs, because you are now our child. And that made her day. So she wanted, we now said to her, why not we pay for you to have your own machine? So when you've gone to your madam to learn, you can now practice on your own. She said, but it's expensive. I said, how much? She said, we sent her the money and even more. to get her own machine. She was over the moon. So she started learning how to sew. And then in between, she was also learning how to bake. If you go to her, she even opened a business with the small pocket money we've been giving her. She's been saving some, and she opened a business called Ficus. Ficus, yeah, she's in Benin. When she was at the uni studying, she was also learning to sew and learning to bake. Now she makes cake for people for events. In fact, the outfit I'm going to use for my son's wedding in October, I said to her, I know you are sewing, but I don't trust you for that one. Let your madam do that one. She said, okay, mommy, I'll let my madam do the sewing for that particular Indian George. But when you come to Nigeria next, I'm going to make a replica of that for you so that you can trust me that I can make it. I allow her to do ones like this, simple things. All the simple things you see me wear, African fabric, she makes them. So what am I trying to say? We now bought this machine. Now even for the cake, we bought a mixing machine and everything. Each time we do these things, she's she's if you see the voice note, if you see the messages we get from this girl, you will cry. The blessing she's always pouring. I'll be at the background listening and getting ready for church. That's fine. Lovely. Thank you. Sewing is really good. I'm learning as well. Okay, that's good. What a resounding yes. Resourceful lady. Yes. I like people like that. Yes, she is very she's very resourceful. Not just that. Do you know? Sometimes when we give favor, some money for something, when you are about to give her for another thing, she said, but mommy, daddy, the one you gave me before, about 5,000 or whatever is still left. I'm like, who does that? Who does that in Nigeria? She will tell us that there's still some left from the one we gave her before. This is the type of girl she is. She didn't want to say, oh, we're in abroad. She can say anything. She can write anything. Because we don't even check all these things. We don't know, but we just trusted her, and she has been delivering. She's very, very good. So now she can sew very well. Now she can bake. As I say, in the event that we had, the one for 70th birthday was baked by somebody else. But the one for our 40th marriage that you saw in that video when we went home, she actually baked it. Favor did. So we have everything that she needed to perfect in her baking. We have done that. And recently, she wants to go into fashion, something, training upgrade. That was just this last week. And she was going around the clock and how to tell us and whatever. So she said, what is it that you really want? And she said, oh, I'll say, what is it? How much? And she said, because we want her to be the best. We want her to perfect in what she's doing because she's very, very industrious. She's very, very resourceful. So we did that recently for her to go to the next level. And then her younger brother, Prince, followed. Nobody as well. So Prince is also at Uniben now, second year, and we have taken him up as well. So these are the things we do that gives us joy and the blessing that comes from this, because these are people that will not pay us back. So I'm just telling this story to tell us that sometimes that's why when people talk about tithing, I have a different way of doing mine, or we have a different way of doing ours. Anything, the way you are led to do yours, that's fine. But this is our own way of doing ours. We have orphanage, there's the one in Enugu, there's another one in the north that we are supporting, orphanage. And, things like that. And prayer coming from these people that will not pay you back. That's the best. It's not when you are giving people, we are expecting something in return. That is the blessing that comes with. It doesn't even come with that kind of giving. But when you give to people who will not return, God will now repay you hundredfold. Sometimes there are things that happen to us or in our family here. Sometimes we don't even know how it came about. It may well be something like that, and we don't even know. We have maybe forgotten that we've done something for people. But if it's not in you, it's not in you. But you can ask God for that kind of gift if you really, because when you give, you may not get it in return as money or material things, but you may get it in other ways. It may be in health. You may get it in good health. Let me remove this sunshade. we're inside the house. You may get it through good health. You may get it through other means. It may be somebody helping your children. I've told a story of somebody who helped our children in a foreign land just because of the surname. So when you do things, just be rest assured that she's gifted in designing. Yes, she's very, very good. Yeah. And picking of the catch colors to look at. The material is actually mine. When we went home last December, when we had the event, some of the gifts I got were about fabrics, about 5 different types of fabrics. So I kept them with her, and I said to her to be sewing them whenever I want. So somebody came recently, so she sewed this one and another one and gave to the person to give me. Yeah, so the fabrics are already there because we are gifted a lot of fabrics. Yeah. So that's that. And but I've been singing. I've been on my own for a little while, thinking, where are my people? Are they going to come or not? And then Mina joined me and bless, and then the rest followed. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We have not done the thing we normally do on this channel, which is to pray. Let's have a time of prayer, and I'll sing Musisi's song, and then we can go into the topic for today. We're not going to waste time so that people who are not here can replay, because this topic today is very important for our health. And we need to go into that. But before then, our gracious Father and our Lord, we thank you, we glorify your name, we praise your name for today. We thank you for a day like this. Today is the second Sunday of the month of August. And we thank you for this new month, because last Sunday we were not here. So this is like a first live stream for this month of August. So we thank you so much for making it possible for us to be here today. Thank you for everybody present. Thank you for their family members. Thank you for those who will join us later. Thank you for those who will replay the live stream. Be with everyone, Lord, as we go into the discussion for today to talk about the reason or why there are a lots of people dropping and passing away without warning signs. There are a lot of things that may be a contributory factor, and we're going to look into all those this afternoon or this morning or wherever we are. So pray, Lord, that you help us and that we'll be interactive. People who can come up to share will also come up to share. Thank you once again, for in Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Amen. Let me read this one to see. Good for you, blessed are the countryside, sewing, fashion design, say lucrative. Yes. Yeah, she says she's learning, isn't it? Yeah, it's a very good one. Very, very good. There's somebody that just came to the UK recently. She said that she used to sew very well when she's in Owerri, and I told her, just look for machine and start. The amount of money they charge to sew here is unbelievable. The amount of money they charge. So if you're something you can learn, one is sewing, the other thing is baking, another thing is making hair. These 3 things, if you can able to do them, especially in the diaspora, you are good to go, because people will always make their hair, people will always wear something, people will always have an event that they will need cake to be baked, and these things are not cheap. Abdul, welcome. Sorry I came late. No, that's okay. You're not late at all. Thank you for coming. Yes. So let's sing Musisi's song before we now go into this discussion for today. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jehovah, the man of war. His mercies endure forever and ever. Oh, praise his holy name. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jehovah, the man of war. His mercies endure forever and ever. Oh, praise His holy name. Yes, so praising His holy name. Yes, that's for you, Musisi. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jehovah, the man of war. His mercies endureth forever and ever. Oh, praise His holy name. Yeah, thank you, Musisi. In fact, you send the StreamYard link to join. I prepared the topic for today. You always prepare, don't you, Abdul? Yeah, I will do. I will do. But you said something about, what is happening with your channel? Because 1 minute you're doing introduction, the next minute you have about 3 videos. The next time I'll go back, and I saw your community where you said that it was deleted by YouTube. Is it possible? Musisi, because Musisi knows these things. Musisi, what do you think will cause something like that? Because Abdul has been backwards and forwards with his uploads. Recently, he appeared to be consistent. And then when there was nothing. And he's doing another introduction. And he left on his community that YouTube deleted all his videos. What do you think will be the reason? Did they respond to you, Abdul? Because you mentioned that you wrote to them. Did they respond? Did they respond to you? Because I don't understand that. You can't be going backwards and forwards for the past how many weeks now. You do an introduction, the next thing it will be wiped off, and then, BJ Special, I got the one. You're welcome. No, they didn't respond. Wow. You're welcome. I think I saw Laurentia earlier on. Don't know when I was talking. Laurentia, yeah, you're welcome as well. You look so beautiful. We have told the story of this, my outfit, so I won't tell it again. You can watch from the beginning. Thank you. Maybe when you have messed up with any community rules, what would he have done now? Because I don't know. Thank you, Bijoy. How are you doing? How are you? Hope you're gradually getting there, getting heavier and heavier. I hope I'm not late. No, you are not. We haven't started the main topic. We've just been talking. I told them the story about my daughter Favor and how this outfit come about, and the fact that she's now, she sews and she does things like that. Yeah. So I was just telling the story before you came in. Yeah, you're not late. You're not late. We're going to talk about all these sudden demise, passing away of people. As you can see, even from the ones we have heard on social media recently, and that includes Onyeka Onwenu, and that includes Iwanyanwu, Ifeanyi Ubah. Who else? I will be waiting the link to prepare the topic. You said you have already prepared the topic, so hold on. Let me introduce the session first, and I'll say what I want to say. Then I'll drop the link. Yeah. I thought you said you prepared it already. All we're going to talk about is some of the reasons we think people are passing away, because that's one that happened here in the UK a couple of days ago. Somebody that knows somebody that we know. And the person, here is Funke, and the person said, I don't know, he just collapsed and passed away. There's nothing wrong with him. And you hear this all the time. People will be like, there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with her. There was one that happened not long ago, and she was showed in the party here in London. A lady, she was in the party dancing away, with her friends. And then suddenly, maybe she felt a bit somehow. So she went down to sit on her chair. As soon as she sat down, she passed out. And that was the end of that lady. So, similar to what happened to Onyeka Onwenu. Onyeka passed at 72, and my people, 72 is nothing. 72 these days is very young. Yes, 72 is young. So when I mean sudden demise of young people, that includes people who are in their 70s, who are young. I know that the Bible says that we are given 70 years, and anything above is like a bonus. Yes, but this day and age, 70 is the new 40. You see some people who are in their 70s still working, still doing things that they need to do. you know. So, but this one that happened in UK, so somebody that knows somebody that just told us 2 days ago, and I'm like, wow, another one, and another one. And my sister in America told me quite a few as well. That's one in New Jersey, and one of their friends where it's just been happening, and these are young people who do not have anything. That was nothing wrong with them, which I don't believe. I don't know people. People should stop saying that, because if you have not checked yourself, how do you know there's nothing wrong with you? Because we're too busy to check. We are too busy to go for health checks. We are too busy pursuing money that we may not be alive to spend. And that is what has been happening. Some of these people, that's exactly what it is. They eat anything they like. They see our people, especially our African people or Nigerian people, they eat too much meat. And they think that eating meat is a sign of you're rich. One person will see the meat in somebody's plate. It makes me sick when I see the quantity of meat in some people's plates. It makes me really, puts me off, because we're not supposed to be eating like that. The quantity of meat one person has in their plate, some of these people that think they're big men, even though Nigeria is hard, my dear, when you see some of these so-called big men, women, when they eat, they're eating as if there's no tomorrow. That portion of meat will be enough for 3 days, but people will just sit down and eat it, and it's not evidence of good living. Mm-mm. Eating too much meat is not evidence of good living, and especially here in the diaspora. The other day we went into inner London last week or so, and then because we are running late, we just needed to go to one of these Chichi's kitchen or something to get something to bite. It was getting late in the evening, and you can see our men there. The amount of food they were ordering. It was quite late in the night for them to be having swallow, and they're having Star and Odeku, the Guinness on top of it at that time of the night. And if you see their tummy, it's so all there as if they're 9 months pregnant, but they don't even want to know. They just think they're enjoying their lives. Sometimes it's ignorance, sometimes it is not, because sometimes you try to talk to them, they don't want to know. They will tell you that life is for a living, that you just have to come to this life once. Fine. But we have to remember that it is not just about you, it's about the people that are going to leave behind. Because when people drop like that and go, they don't know what we're talking about anymore. It's people who are left behind. So when we do certain things, when we indulge in certain habits, especially when we have family, when we have children, let's think about ourselves first, and also think about those people that will struggle without us. Let's think about that. But most importantly, let's think about ourselves. You may be doing that now and it's all okay. But when you get to a certain age, you're not going to be able to enjoy your life because you have abused, because I call it abuse. It's self-abuse. When you eat like that, it's self-abuse. It's not enjoyment. I don't call it enjoyment. I call it self-abuse, because you are eating yourself to stupor, and it's not good. Where is Funke? Spicy told me she will be here as well, but she's not here. Maybe she has this her shop that she works in, and sometimes it's quite busy. Yeah, Funke might be busy at AA as well. So yeah, that's fine. So we're not going to waste too much time. So we're going to talk about some of the things. And I also hear people always talk about, oh, blood pressure is in my family. The diabetes is in my family. My mother had diabetes, and my grandmother had it, and and so they are waiting for their turn. I know there are things that are genetic, of course, because there's genetics and epigenetics, and the genetics is like science and of how traits are passed from one generation to the other. That's genetics. So there's something around in families, of course, yes. But epigenetic refers to how your behavior and your environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. So you see, yes, genetics are there, but the epigenetics means that you can take the bull by the horn. That thing that your mother and your grandmother did that made them to develop type 2 diabetes, say to yourself, I'm going to do it differently. I'm not going to be eating A, B, C. I'm going to swap it to D, E, F. I'm not going to eat like that. Because that's what your mother did. That's what her grandmother did. And if you continue to do what they did, obviously you end up the way they ended up. And then you say, oh, it's genetic. It runs in our family. There are things that are typically genetic in your gene. Yes, that one. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes to things like this blood pressure, blood sugar, I think that if you change your lifestyle and stuff like that, it will actually help you to some extent to manage yourself and not go down that route of your grandparents or your parents. But let us not always be saying, oh, it is in our family, and you're waiting for your own turn because you're a member of that family. You can actually turn it around. You can actually change things for yourself and for your own generation. So that cycle of, oh, it's in our genes stops from you. And you use that to guide your own children. And things will start changing from there. That's what I believe in. I believe in, yes, there are things that are genetic, but still, there are ones you can turn around yourself. So let us work on this. Let us think about this. Genetics and epigenetics. Our behavior and our environment actually can make us to have changes that affect the way those genes work. Yes. So this people dropping and all the rest of it, here in the UK, when somebody passes away like that, suddenly there must be post-mortem. They have to do a post-mortem to know what happened. I don't know whether they do that in Nigeria. And when they do, most of the time they will notice the cause of death. They will know that this is what caused this person. So people are walking away around with high blood pressure. So people it may be the effect of the medication they're taking. There are some medications that can make you cause problems for you, especially when you're taking it long term. That's why it's always good to know the side effects of the medications you're taking, the short-term side effects and the long-term side effects. Because if you keep taking these medications, the build-up inside you will mean that one day you may start reacting to them differently. And you'll be saying to yourself, but I've been on this medication for 5 years. I've been taking it for 10 years. What's happening now? Yes, cumulative effect of medications can also be a problem. So when you're taking medication, look at the medication you're taking, know the side effects, know what to avoid and what not to avoid with that medication. And better still, if you can do without medication, that is the best way to handle your condition. But there are some conditions that you have to have your medication. Even if you want to use lifestyle to deal with it, you still must take your medication and then introduce lifestyle change to be able to help you. So all this dropping, nobody knows tomorrow, because somebody might be talking to you now, planning what is going to happen tomorrow, and they will not even see this evening. And that is life. And that's why I always say to people, it's good to have savings in your bank account, but at the same time, don't keep saving money without looking after yourself, without using that money to enjoy your life. When you have it, you go to people's bank account, their savings account is running in thousands, millions. And but the life they are living, and they'll tell you that it's for 10 years time or for 5 years time when I want to do this. What? It's good to have savings, so don't get me wrong, but to be saving for 5 years time when you have not lived now, I think it's a big error. One day at a time. Yes, save for rainy day, but live to every day as if it's your last, because we don't know what lies around the corner. Accident happens, people drop, things happen to people. And another thing, here in the UK, I don't know whether they do that in America or other parts of the world. I know they don't do it in Nigeria. Doctors don't say that to anybody in Nigeria because nobody wants to hear about demise, that you're going to pass away or you're going to do that. But here in the UK, they do it a lot. When you are diagnosed with something, especially cancer, the doctor, based on the biopsy, on the MRI scan result, or based on whatever, but mainly most of the time based on the biopsy result and the staging of the cancer, they will tell you that this is an advanced or rapid growing big C. And that because of that, and then some people will start asking them, so doctor, how long do I have to live? Patients ask these questions. And I'm like, why are you asking this kind of question? Who is the doctor to know how long you live? And when they ask, based on their biopsy result and the investigation result, the doctor will just do their hand like this, maybe a couple of months. Sometimes they will even say 2 weeks because it's aggressive. I've brought Blessing, my friend, to this channel before, a few months ago, where she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast C. She was stage 4. You will know what stage 4 means because she's in the medical line. Stage 4 is advanced breast cancer. That's what she was diagnosed with, and that was in about 4 years ago. And at that time, my people, she was given, according to her, she said they gave themselves 4 weeks to live or something like that. Weeks, not months, not years. But here today, Blessing is with us. She just has thought her one of her daughters married the other day. She's here enjoying her life. But she did not, when they told her you have 4 weeks to live, she did not go home and start planning for 4 weeks and start going on holiday, because that's what some people here will do. When they tell them, oh, you got 2 months to live, those holidays that they have not been before, they plan the holiday, they plan this, they plan that, and they start attending to things quickly before the 2 months, before the 2 weeks. That's what they do. But she did the opposite. She told the doctor, because your faith is very important as well, and what you verbalize is very important as well. She told them that unless God says so, that is not going to happen. And they were looking at her like, whatever. But 4 years on, she's still alive and kicking, looking healthier than she has ever been. Did she just shrug her shoulder and go without doing anything? No. She went and took the bull by the horn. She changed her lifestyle totally. She refused to eat this, eat that. She went into research to know the things that she can avoid. There are some of the things we eat that the cancer cells love. The cancer cells will love those sweet things, those nonsense food that are not good. But the ones that are healthy, like healthy salads, healthy meat that are healthy. We for some time now, we've been doing that, going to the farm to get our meat. And we only eat meat once a week on Sundays. And we go to the farm to get it, grass-fed meat. So she changed a lot in her life. She does not drink all this colored sugar called malt or Fanta or Coke or juice. They put these things in the carton and call them juice, and you'll be drinking them. Nothing surpasses water. Even if we go for an event now, on the table there'll be loads of all this colored sugar. We are just with our bottle of water, myself and hubby, because we know that these things, yes, they may taste good in your mouth, but after that, what happens about your inside? Once in a while, if you want to indulge on these things, please do. Don't live a miserable life because you want to be healthy. But at the same time, don't continuously abuse your life, because that's yourself, because that's self-abuse. When you are eating and drinking like that, that's self-abuse. And then when something happens and people collapse and drop and pass away, they start going to the village to ask village people. They start blaming, so, oh, that person had quarrel with him or her last week. And that person say, you will see what I'll do to you. That's why Some of the utterances people make when you have quarrel with people, mind what you say. Because for our place, so when something like that happens, hey, remember now last week when they were quarreling, remember what he told him? Now he's done it. He not even, in fact, it's not even that person that did anything, but things happen. And that is another reason why you must not fight outside. When our children were growing up, we taught them never to fight outside because you don't know whose life is hanging on balance. And if they hit you and you give them one, they'll fall there. You are the one that have sent them to their ancestors. It doesn't matter whether they had anything underlying before. They'll say, well, they were okay until you hit them. So we taught them growing up, please do not fight. Yes, if they say that you are, because they call it here, they say if a boy is not boisterous and fighting, they say, oh, you're a sissy. I say, be a sissy. For this, on this occasion, be a sissy, my son. But please do not fight anyone. Tell your teachers, tell whoever adult that you need to tell, but please do not fight back. Do not hit back, because you most of the time you're stronger than them, and one hit, it can land them to somewhere, and you become a murderer, and you can't even explain it. So that's why don't go there and start flexing your muscle on people, because you don't know who is well and who is not. And also mind what you say to people. I remember in our village one time, somebody made an utterance to another family. Give me 1 minute and I'll finish this family. That's what the man said. Give me 2 seconds or 1 month and I'll finish this family. But down the line, after 2 years or so, something happened in that family, and 2 members of that family passed away in a drastic ghastly motor accident. Would they go and now start blaming the man? The man, I'm sure but by then I think the man already passed away himself, something like that. But if he was still alive and this happened, people say, hey. So that thing you said, you have actually done it, did it. So make sure, let's just be mindful what we say with our mouth, especially utterances like that. Because if anything happens, especially where we come from, they will hold you responsible. And even if you don't mean it, and of course, some of these things people say they don't mean it. It's out of anger. Even if you say the out of anger, and it still happens, and you know that you didn't do anything, that you just said that out of anger, you're not going to still forgive yourself. You will always be thinking about it. Oh my God, why did I say that? Everyone, be careful. This is really bad. Yes. Everyone should be careful. Please don't fight back. Don't hit people. Also, mind what you say to people, because sometimes you may not even hit the person, but what you say with your mouth, what you throw out to the person with words can destroy. Sometimes people will go, they will not sleep because of what you have said to them. It has happened on this YouTube as well. When people say things that are very hurtful, or you say something and people take it out of context, people don't really understand, or they read their own meaning into it, or they add or remove from what you said, and then they make their own utterances or say things. Words can be very hurtful. And some people are on social media to cure their depression, to cure their stress level by just coming out to listen to people. They want something that will help them and not something that will take them lower into their depression. So let us be mindful of what we say. And if we think that we have got it wrong, there's nothing wrong with us going back to say, I'm really sorry that I've said this to you. I don't mean it that way, or something like that. Just apologize for your own sanity as well as the other person. Yeah. So my people, so today what we are talking generally is about this sudden demise. We can't wait for another one to happen before we take action. It's no longer a case of young or old. Some of the ones that have happened here in the UK, some of them are in their 30s, some are in their 40s. So it's no longer about age. People pass away sudden now. In fact, older people don't even pass away like that anymore. It's the younger ones. And another thing that I've noticed that is a big issue that is contributing to all these sudden demises are or is stress. The amount of stress that we put on ourselves. There are, how did Daddy explain it? Because we're talking about this stress. He said that there's stress that is, how did he say? There's a way he described stress. Yes, there's one that is external and there's one that is internal. You know, the internal stress, you can actually control. Yes, you can control the internal stress, but the external stress you may not be able to fully control, but still make sure that you don't let what people are saying out there affect you too much. That's the external one. But the internal ones are the ones that are within your household, within your marriage, within your children, within your family members. You can actually control that. For example, if you're really stressed out because you are not able to provide, for example, to change your child's shoes. Those shoes are quite old. I really need to change those shoes for my child or children. Okay, that's internal type of stress. Try and explain to your child, look, darling, these shoes, I know they're getting bad now, but let's see what happens next month. Let's manage it, okay? Teach your children to manage. It's not always even if you have the money, teach them to manage. It's not every time they request for something that you give it to them. Because there'll be a time, now look at the situation of things in Nigeria. I don't even want to ask people like B-Joy and the rest of you in Nigeria. I don't even have the mouth anymore to ask you people how are things over there. I don't have the mind or the mouth to ask. Because some of the people I know that are, and what I mean well-to-do, who I will refer to as billionaires in Nigeria, are complaining. That's when I said, you know what? I won't even be asking like B-Joy and I say, hey, how are things in Nigeria now? No, I won't ask. Because if some of these people are now complaining, wow. So with the situation, teach management is management is very important. Very, very important. Teach your children. Some of these Ajebota children that their father gives drivers all the time to take them to school, take them to that, and after school, the driver will take them to go and buy ice cream, to go shawarma, to go and do this other one, and they come back home. The cook will go in and cook indomie and do the other one. Parents are just relaxing because they have the money to pay for cook, to pay for driver, and they're not doing your children any favors because things are not going to remain like that for them for the rest of their life. Teach them that they can actually have stress because stress is a big killer. And if you don't teach your children to withstand or to go through certain small stresses, then they may not be able to cope as adults. And that's why we are seeing some of the adults who are behaving like boys because they cannot cope with stress. Don't always give them. If you can afford and you think that it's necessary, give it to them. But if you think that they don't really need it, or that shoe is getting old, but you can actually manage for another month, explain that to them. Let them manage it for another month, and I'll buy it to you next month. Explain them, they will understand. They will say, okay, mommy, okay, daddy. They will wait. But if they are used to, before they even ask, you are doing it already. And if you have house help, still let your children do things. It will help them in future. A bit of stress is actually good for us. But when we are overstressed and putting too much stress on ourselves, it's actually one of the reasons why people are collapsing and passing away. Stress. I don't even know why I did not bring that up first. Stress has been identified as the major cause of all this sudden this, sudden that. You have a bit of headache, you go and pop paracetamol in. After 4 hours, oh my God, this headache is still there. You pop another paracetamol in. What is that? Do you think that every headache is paracetamol that it needs? Some of these headaches, you may just need cold milk or something cold or even cold water and sleep it off. When you lie down and sleep, because you're having that headache, you're so tired because you have not rested. Especially mothers and fathers as well. Fathers' own is that they are always pursuing money, business, more money, this. They are always on the go. And as they are going on the go, they are grabbing whatever they can get from the roadside and be eating. And the mothers at home with children, they are doing this, they're doing this. I saw a B Joy one time. She was showing her children how to wash clothes with their hands. Yes, I love that. Let them start. No matter how young they are, let them, if they don't do it well, then you do it yourself. As soon as they can talk and walk around, let them start with their socks. Shell them. So if those of you in the village that you don't have washing machine, I don't even believe you. You know me? I will have washing machine, will have dishwasher. I don't use dishwasher. I just have it here for having sake. Washing machine, we use washing machine, but there are some things that they always laugh at me. Say, how many years have you been in this UK? I said, I don't care whether I've been here for 50 years. I don't trust that washing machine for that outfit. I'll just use my hand to wash it. You know, if I was not taught how to wash before when I was growing up, I'll come here and be a jebota. After all, I've lived in UK more than I've lived in Nigeria. Why will I still be using my hand to wash? But I do. There are some of my clothing, like for example, this one now. Whenever I want to wash, I come and put this in washing machine. You did joke. No, I use my hand to wash most of my Nigerian outfit, because if you put it in washing machine, I don't know what it will come out to be. So things like that. Let's just be intentional about parenting. Let us be intentional about looking after our health. All this collapsing and passing away and things like that. Let us minimize these things. Let us do the possible and leave the impossible with God. But this idea of somebody who have headache and they're taking paracetamol all the time, and it's not good. Watch your liver. All these medications you're pumping into yourself all the time. It's not every headache that requires paracetamol. It's not every headache is just normal headache. It may well be that your blood pressure is so high. It may well be that there are other things brewing, other illness, other things that's wrong with you. Check things out. Check your blood pressure if you have the machine at home, or go to a chemist. Check your blood pressure. Is it stable? Is it unstable? Do something about it to bring it lower. There are things you will eat that does not mean that are not medication. There are things you can eat. We identified celery. You know celery sticks? Just buy them, chew them. They're actually good for your blood pressure. Do something, but I'm not telling you not to take your medication. Take your medication, and at the same time do other things on the side. But the idea of self-medication that's going on, especially in our country, is too much. You have a little cold or chest infection or catarrh, you go and buy antibiotics. No wonder antibiotics are no longer working for you, because you've abused them. Your body is just so resistant to them. They're so used to that. Oh, you again. Oh, yeah, now you pop in. Antibiotics will be laughing at you because it's used to coming into your system and it's now used to you. It's not going to do anything for you anymore. So it's not every chest infection or cold that you need antibiotics. Here they don't prescribe antibiotics like that. Here they don't give you injections. That's another thing, injections. People will go to chemists, an unqualified chemist, an unqualified nurse will be giving you injection. You may have abscess, but there's a particular area where you're supposed to have injection, either on top of your laps or your bottom. There's sites. There are injection sites on top of your arm. But there are injection, and when you give an injection, you have to draw a little bit to make sure you're not in the bloodstream before you now give the injection. These are the things we are taught when we are in nursing school. You can't just come and start giving injections, and people are having access here and there because they went to the chemist, and the chemist is giving that injection, that injection goes straight into your bloodstream. And some people have that injection and they pass away. I have a relative a few years ago that passed away because they went to the chemist And the nurse, not I don't know whether it's chemist or the hospital, one of these hospitals. And and I said, did you ask? I was asking the person that took the lady, did you ask them the injection? They said that if you ask them, they become angry. Really? You're going to give me injection into my system, into my, they will go straight into my bloodstream, and I'll ask you, and you get angry. Then don't give me. Let me be. Don't give me. How can you be giving somebody injection and you won't tell them what it is, and if they ask, you become angry? What kind of country is that? What kind of thing is that? Yes, your body become resistant to them. Your body, it doesn't even do anything anymore. Just like paracetamol. When you keep popping paracetamol in, sometimes it doesn't even do anything for you anymore, because it's like, yeah, you again. Keep taking me now. I'm used to you now. You know, let us be mindful, be very careful what we put inside us, inside our body, especially medication. And some of these medications are not NAFDAC approved, and some of them you have to be sure of the source of those medications before you take them. So our message today is that all these sudden demise, some of them can be avoided. Some of them are stress related. Your body is telling you to rest, especially mothers. You want to do this, you want to go and sleep. What are you awake by 2 a.m. doing? You want to, excuse me, that's the time I have to tidy the house now that the children are sleeping. How about you? When are you going to sleep? The children are sleeping 1 a.m., 2 a.m. That's when you want to tidy the house. Now that the house is quiet. And by the time you finish tidying the house for you to sleep, those children will start waking up. Maybe you have only grabbed 2 or 3 hours sleep. And then you continue because you're a machine. You continue. And if anything happens to you, those children will suffer. When they have gone to bed, go to bed as well. If the kitchen is not done, if the living room is not swept, sweep it tomorrow morning. When you have refreshed, you wake up, you can now go and do the sweeping. If the house is in a mess, let it be in a mess. Is it anybody's house? It's not your house. It's in Nigeria. Maybe you people can just have visitor anyhow. Here, before anybody visits us, you have to tell us in advance, so I will tell you whether it's possible or not, whether 2 p.m. is fine or 4 p.m. It's not like when we are in Nigeria. Remember when we are in Lagos, where we lived in Lagos, sometimes you just see 3 cars, say, some the people just come and to visit, and you start running around to cook for them. It doesn't happen here. So even if it happens here, if my house is not tidy, if it's when I have little children, now they are grown and gone, it's just me and daddy. So everywhere in this house now is like you can drop something from the floor and pick it up because there's nothing, no mess anywhere. But when you have young children, if your children are sleeping, go and sleep. If you feel tired at any time, drop everything you're doing. And I mean, even if you have the broom in your hand, about to start sweeping, or you're halfway sweeping and you feel tired, my dear, leave that half sweeping, half there. Go and slide down and sleep. When you wake up, those things will still be there. You continue. No one in the building, don't you? You're welcome. Never Lucia, see Lucy, Lulu is in the building as well. Wow. My people, you're welcome. We are doing health talk today. We're talking about all these sudden demise of people, recently, and we had some happened here in the UK as well. So it doesn't even matter where you are. After all, Ifeanyi Ubah came to UK for treatment, and this is where he passed away. So it doesn't really matter where you are. Oh, you get a woman, how is the baby? Hi, Lucy. I'm so glad to see you here. So glad. Thank you for coming. Leave and go and sleep. Yes. What is that? The house is not tidy, so my friend will come in and see that my house is untidy. Good. Your friend, after, if she can't come because the house is untidy, let her stay in her house. Or when she can, the house is untidy, let her sweep it for you. People should stop all this, my friend, people. What will people say? Because all these things boils down to people not resting. Stress is the major From the statistics, stress is the major killer. It's the major thing that is making people to drop. And one of them is stress that is internal. As I say, there's internal and there's external. Internal ones are the ones I'm describing now. Those of you with children. Only with your sons now, they're running around their sister and everything, throwing things about, whatever. Let them throw. The one they can pick, because they're now growing up a little bit, start now to tell them, oh yeah, Jason, pick that one. Oh yeah, you, put it there. They will learn. Oh yeah, you, go and bring Pampers for your sister. They will run. They like doing that. They like helping. They will bring the Pampers for you to change their sister. Go and bring your sister's the baby's box for changing. Tell them where they are. They will go and grab it. They'll be so happy to help you. But if you don't get them involved, they won't get involved. Those small things. As soon as these children hit 2 years, they're no more babies. They can sell you for market if you are talking and you think that you're not listening, they're listening, and they'll go and repeat what you have said. So once they get to that age, involve them. Let them do the small things. If they don't do it well, then you can redo it, but let them just do it. They love it. Onya Abuja, yes, so she just had her baby girl. It's Onya Abuja. You know, they love it when you get them involved from younger age. If you leave it and you think, they can't do that now, they can't do it, they get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're not involved, and you want to start then, they won't want to. But when you start involving them when they are younger, like 2, 3, 4, do this for me, go and get that for your sister, go and get that for your brother. You see how they'll be running and happily doing it, and they'll grow like that. But if you leave them, and you think that they can't do it, or they'll drop it. If they drop it and it breaks, clean it and go and buy another one. Children are there to break things. Don't say, because I don't want them to break anything. I don't want them to spoil this. Then you keep doing it yourself. You won't rest. As a mother, stress. All these things happening, they all boil down to stress, and their internal stress. The external ones to do with maybe your work, the people this social media. Social media is the external stress. You don't have to fall for it. You know, at end of this month, I'm going to make an announcement about my channels, end of this month, because you know me, I just want my life an easy life. Now I'm getting older. I don't want stress. I've never wanted, even when my children were young. Sometimes I'll just go and sleep. Yeah, so she had a baby. She's had our baby girl, which I predicted. When I just slept one day and I saw her carry it's not true. I messaged her. I said to her, I saw you with it. I said, have you done your scan, your 7 months? She said, yes. I said, Mommy, you're correct. I'm like, okay. I saw it before she told me. So my people, please let us look after ourselves. So this life you're seeing is too short. That money you're saving, that thing you're keeping for tomorrow, for next year, for 2 years, and this and that, you have to live for now. You have to live for now. Let me drop the link. And so that anybody who wants to come to say something can come, because I don't want me to be the only one talking, but it's just something that, you know, with all the recent happenings and the two that I just heard this weekend, this last week, I'm like, hey, we have to put a stop to this. Most of them boils down to the level of stress we put ourselves in. What are you awake doing at 1 a.m., 2 a.m.? Only is an excuse to be awake at any time the baby wants you to be awake. You have to be awake. Sorry. Yeah. But otherwise, if you don't have a baby that you're breastfeeding, what are you awake at that time of the day? When the children are sleeping, sleep. When they wake up and do what you got to do. The one that you can involve them, let them get involved. Why you're hiding away from me, Lucy? Lucy is not hiding away from you. Lucy has been, Lucy is a strong woman. Go to her channel and see why she's been hiding away from you. She is a very strong woman, Lucy. If you don't know, you wouldn't know. But I thank God. Oh, Abdul is here. Okay. Let
Hello,
me put,
mommy.
thank you for coming to relieve me so I can shut up a little bit and have my cup of tea.
No, wait. Before I will talk, I've talked
Yeah?
with YouTube. They sent me an email. They said to me that someone scammed my email, enter it, and he deleted all my videos.
Oh, is that what YouTube said?
Yes, they said that someone scammed your account at 3 a.m.
Mm,
in the morning, and he
mm.
deleted all your videos.
Wow.
I'm so Allah, I changed the password now. I've contacted them. They will say to me they will figure who's the person that who's entered your account, because you know what happened last night before I slept. I watched a video from one of the people of Nigeria. It's not Laurentia. I shared her channel. Then I received an alert that someone joined my account. Then I said to myself, let me contact YouTube. Then I go to my email on my laptop. I open the laptop. I've contacted them. Then I want to enter the YouTube. I found all the videos is gone.
Whoa.
يعني everyone
Mm,
have to. I'm advising to everyone here on this live stream to be careful. Really. Now I changed my password, and I told the YouTube I've changed my password, and I've checked my studio. I saw all the studios, all the videos are gone. They say they will not back you. You can't. And I said to them, the video I can repeat them again. يعني it will be back or no? They said no, we can't. So everyone,
mm.
please, on this life, be careful. Really, يعني I was so sad that I like did 7 videos, and you inspired me. Really, you one of the ones inspired me by sharing your videos. Also, I saw I received a notification that you shared me. Really, thank you so much, and thanks for Lorenza, and thanks to everyone that would watch that video. يعني my views was getting up like 100 views. I was so happy.
Mm.
Now I have to repeat from the beginning.
Yeah, don't
Please,
worry. Start,
everyone.
start again. Yeah, but what is your input for this discussion today?
So today I will be talking about, as I see your notification last night very late, يعني at 9 o'clock p.m. in Dubai time. I will talk today about the high rise of sudden dementia in young people. I saw it in your thumbnail.
Yes.
So do you want me to start?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Give your contribution. Yeah.
I will 1 minute. I will start. I will just
Okay.
bring me a cup of water and come.
Okay. No wahala.
Okay.
Okay. And you said yes, and mommy. Funny enough, they want to do it. Yes. Get them involved. They'll be so happy to go and get the changing mat for you. Go and get the pampers for their baby. They'll be so happy that you're involving them. Yeah. Sometimes we mothers, we are so busy. We want to, sorry, not that we are so much in a hurry. We want to do it ourselves. Because if you want them to do it, they'll be wasting time. Be patient, let them help, because you'll be helping yourself as well. But this idea of children are sleeping by 1 a.m., that is the quiet time for me to tidy the house. I'm not saying don't always leave your tidy as you go along when they are awake, or they let them tidy their toys away before they sleep. Things like that, so that when they're sleeping, you go and sleep, because you're not machine. You need that time as well to, you know, sleep and get yourself together to be able to look after them the next day. Are you ready, Abdul? Or do I keep talking? Me and talking at 5 and 6. YouTube have made me to be talkative. I don't talk like this normally. So it's so sad. Some of the ones I heard this week, I'm like, whoa. We've been hearing the ones on social media, and now these ones, I'm like, please, please, let us not wait for another one to happen before we can take action. Let us look after ourselves. When you feel exhausted, don't continue. If there's any party going on, you've been invited to that party, you've been to a party today, there's another party there. If you feel God is telling you, do you know what? I'm really tired. Just tell the person. You don't owe them any apologies. Just tell them. You can say, I'm sorry, I can't. And you don't have to explain any further. I really can't. I need to go home. I can't attend. I can't be at that party today. All it boils down is that when you are having yours, Or when you have an event and you invite them, they may say, oh, well, you didn't come to mine, I won't come to yours. Fine. Fine. But please, don't try to always please other people to the detriment of your own health. Your body, that's the thing. The good thing about it is that our body will always tell us. Our body will always tell us when we need rest. Our body will always tell us when we need rest. But sometimes we just think, yeah, it's okay. Let me just do this. Let me just do that. If your husband is coming back from work or from his business, ask him to get into Raban and buy this for the house. You don't have to always be the one. I know men in Nigeria, they don't like going to the open market to start pricing ogiri and opaka. I understand that. But some men still do. Some men still do that for their wives to support, to help. They'll go and buy, if you just do the list, they'll buy, they're all there now. Also no ogiri. Most Nigerian men won't do that for you. They say,
Mommy,
wait, let me come home and look after the children. You can go and buy them. But whatever works for you, but please get your husbands involved, get your spouses involved if you're married to help you with looking after the children, cooking and stuff like that. Get them to help. Because sometimes if you don't tell them, some men are not like women. Sometimes you think that they should know, but they should know what to do now. No, they don't. Spell it out. Tell them that you want help, that you're really tired, that you want to go and sleep. Good ones will tell you to, oh, okay, go and sleep for some time. Let me look after these children. Yeah, just tell them how you feel, that you need that support. Some of them will not use their initiative to know that you need it, because sometimes they think, oh, mothers, I don't know, if you can carry baby for 9 months and push after 10 hours labor, you can take on the whole world. But it's not like that. So sometimes they don't actually know that they're not helping you. It's not because they don't want to, but they don't think they can, or they should, if you don't tell them. Yeah. Abdul, are you
Mommy,
ready to
can I start?
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready. So the title today I will be talking about the high ways of sudden dementia in young people, as I saw in Mommy Ifichi and her channel Ifichi and Wellness thumbnail. Hello, Mommy Ifichi. How are you? I want to warmly welcome you all to Ifichi Health and Wellness Life 3. If you're joining us live, please remember the most important thing: to like, share, and subscribe to show your support. Thank you so much, Mommy Ifichi. Before we dive into today's topic, I would like to introduce my channel. My channel name is Abdurrahman Health and Wellness. On my channel, I focus on health and wellness, and I will be posting every videos every Monday and Wednesday. I would be incredibly grateful if you could check out my channel after the live stream and support it. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm excited to share valuable content with you. I recently posted 7 videos on my YouTube channel, but something unexpected happened. Unfortunately, my videos were removed due to technical issues, which was not related to copyright. I contacted YouTube for help, but I haven't received response yet. Then after they respond to me, it's been a quite disheartening, but I'm starting.
Oh, sorry to stop you. Can we go straight to the topic for today, please?
Okay.
Yeah.
So today's topic will be about the high rise of sudden dementia in young people. But before we start, we have to know the definition of the high rise of sudden dementia in young people. The high rise of sudden dementia meaning of young people refers to noticeable and alarming increase in the range of factors such as health issues, accident, violence, or other cases. It highlights a growing concern about the premature loss of young life and may not promote discussion about the underlying reasons or potential preventive measures. Here are some examples that happened. Number 1, and I'm so scared about this generation: drug overdose. More young people are dying suddenly from taking too many drugs or using harmful substances. Number 2, as I have a heart problem, I have even a heart problem. Some young people include at least or collapsing and dying suddenly due to hidden heart issues. Number 3, violence events. An increasing number of young people are beginning killed in violent accidents such as shotguns or fights. Number four, and it's happening in our country, always in Dubai. Every time I saw it when I go to the street, accidents. There are more fatal accidents involving young people, such as a car crash or dangerous activities. And now we have reached the end of our discussion. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to like Mommy Fitchy Live and share and subscribe. That's it. I've done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you pointed something that is quite important as well, which is something to do with illicit substance like drug and stuff like that. So we can see you now. Yes, so that can be a big problem as well amongst young people. So thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much. I don't know if
Welcome,
anybody,
Mommy.
Mhm. Don't know if anybody else wants to say anything about this issue, but from what I've looked at and everything, stress, the amount of stress that we subject ourselves to is too much. And when I was discussing that with Daddy earlier on, he's saying that yes, the stress within. And then we brought up the issue of Nigeria, the stress in Nigeria. That's why I said to you, all of you who dialed in here from Nigeria, I salute you all. Sometimes when I look at the situation of things, that you are even able to have the data to come here on this live stream today is a big deal. And I appreciate that, because what is going on over there, as I say, when people that we know that are very comfortable, and I mean very comfortable, are complaining, then I rest my case. So the stress, those kind of stress sometimes is something, how can you tell somebody in Nigeria at this time not to have stress? How? How are they going to avoid it? Is it going out there in their car when there's no petrol? Or is it that there's no petrol to run their generator? Or is it the sound of generator everywhere for people who have got the petrol, or the pollution coming out from that generator? Which one will you tell them not to be stressed about? So the ones you can manage, please manage your stress level if you can. But I know that it's so difficult for those of you in Nigeria to manage your stress level. It's so difficult. You go out there here now, you can go out from there to there. The bus time is 3:30. By 3:25, 3:26, the bus is there waiting. Once it's 3:30, you've entered the bus, you go. Things are so organized, so that kind of stress. But for you, where you are in Nigeria, sometimes it's difficult for you, but the ones you can manage, please, especially within your own household, with you and your children. Because those children that you're running around that you don't rest for, if anything happens to you, they will suffer more. So the most important thing is the ones you can manage, like within your home, try and manage it. But outside the home, when I look at some of your vlogs, when you go to the market, what happens and everything, I just wonder, I salute you all, that you're even able to
And
do
may
this.
God to help Mommy Fitchy, may God to help to everyone really. And also I saw some of the videos. May God to help even people there in Nigeria. Really, I saw many people's, like, how to say, like, for example, BJ. I saw one of her recent vlogs. I support her always by commenting and like that. I saw the video, crying tears. When I watch it, I say, may God only help them, really.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's too
mommy, I
much.
will be taking my leave because currently I will go to the gym. Now I'm saying I'm going to the gym.
Well done.
So
Well
I'm
done.
going.
Thank you for your input. Yeah, thank you for your
Mm,
input. I really appreciate that. Yeah,
So I'll be
yeah.
taking my leave. I'll go to the gym. So after the gym, I will try to see what will happen in the channel. Hope may God punish the devil people only. May God only punish the devil people. That I have what I have to say to them. May God
Mm.
punish the devil people. Only give us good people like you, Bijoy, Laurentia, Musisi, everyone. You're good old people. But some people are very rich. That's what I have to say. They're very rich. Big wahala. Big wahala
Mm.
indeed. So I will be taking my leave. Thank you so much,
Thank,
Mommy Fetchy, really.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
your contribution. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. This is hard for me from you.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thanks. Bye bye. Oh dear. So my people, that's the topic for today. And I don't really want this video to be too long so that others can replay if they can. But today is just a case of let us be very mindful of the fact that we need to reduce our stress level. Let us do what we can to help ourselves. It's not always easy, especially as I say, for those of you in Nigeria. Sometimes when I see Nigerians doing something and they're laughing and everything, I'm like, wow. I think that is what is actually keeping us over there. Because despite all that is going on, you still see people laughing and making jokes and making it work. You know, it's heartbreaking. I mean, we were in Nigeria in December, came back in middle of January. And between that January and now, August, they said that things are now like 5 times worse than when we left in January, just a space of 6 months. So what's going on? So may God continue to be with you all. I mean, it's not easier, not easier. It's not that easy in diaspora as well. However, the Nigerian situation, at least in diaspora, we pay for everything. We pay for every single thing, including air, including the air that we breathe. But at least you have it. Things are there for you to use, and then you know what you are paying for. Unlike back home when, ah, oh dear. So please let us look after ourselves, reduce stress when and where we can, avoid self-medication, popping in paracetamol all the time, or if you're in pain, you get ibuprofen or whatever else you take there. When you're in pain, there are other ways you can manage that pain than taking all these medications. For myself, can't remember when last I took paracetamol or any painkiller. And I can't remember the last time I had any pain anywhere in my body. Apart from my shoulder, I had the shoulder operation years ago. Sometimes, because my job involves talking to people and doing a report, sometimes when I'm writing the report, I can start feeling a bit of ache. I'll get up, walk around, stretch it, and continue. But medication is not something I pop in and out all the time. No, because I know the dangers. You'll be taking it, you won't know, but your liver in particular is being bombarded with all these things, and it's not good for you. So please avoid self-medication, rest when you can. If you have any sign of anything, lightheadedness, headaches or whatever, check your blood pressure, make sure it's okay. Check other things that you need to check. Just make sure, because it's better to know what is causing your problem, and then you know what you are treating. And that you have high blood pressure once does not mean that you are hypertensive and you start taking medication for high blood pressure. There's a way they do it here. They will take it for 24 hours. They will attach the machine on your body for 24 hours. Sometimes they do it 72 hours. You go home with it, you sleep. When you're sleeping, it's recording. When you're walking, it's recording. When you're eating, is recording. So they will now look at the variation. They will now check. That's how they can determine whether you actually you are hypertensive or not. But I don't know whether that happens back home or they just check you once. Oh, your blood pressure is high. Ngwa, this is the medication you are going to take. And some of the medications that people take for blood pressure causes them what do you call it, swelling of their feet and ankle. Some people who are taking a particular type of blood pressure medication, it causes ankle swelling, feet swelling. Some people tell that to me. I'm like, are you on so and so medication? They'll say yes. I say, well, that is what is causing that swelling. So some of these medications have got their own side effects and what they do to our bodies. So before you take any of the medication, don't go to the chemist and just buy any medication without getting it from proper qualified doctor. And before you take any medication, have the leaflet. It's not a case of putting it in an envelope for you. Take two in the morning, take two in the afternoon. I've seen that happen before when I travel to Nigeria, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. I'm like, what is this for? What is the name? And the person is like, I don't know. We just went to that doctor there and they gave us this. I'm like, seriously? The name of the medication is not there. There's no leaflet to read to know the side effects of these medications. They just wrote there 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. And this person came home and just be taking these medications. Why? So there are ways things should be done, especially something like medication. You must know what you're taking. You must know the side effects of what to expect. So when you start feeling lightheaded or start feeling dizzy, you will know that, oh, I was told or I read it that the side effect of this medication can cause dizziness. So you don't have to panic so much. You know that it's the side effect of the medication, and so on and so forth. But the most important thing, if you do not take anything away, I'm going to end in the live stream very soon. But if you do not take anything away from today's discussion, is the fact that we have to avoid stress, especially internal stress, the ones we can control within our home, the ones we cannot control becomes a different story. But internal stress, we have to, because that's the one that is even more destroying than anything, because you just want to keep going. You want to keep going. And then with YouTube as well, please, combining everything is not easy. When I see you, mom vloggers, young children, you're still putting out video there, kudos to you. I don't have any young child here, and still, I'm having a rethink about how I'm going to be doing things going forward on my channel. And because personally, some people are doing it as a full-time thing. That's fine. They can keep posting and doing things. Some of you are doing it as full-time because you don't have any other job. If you have a job, then please take it as your part-time leisure thing. Because I have by God's grace, I have a very good job, so I do that. And YouTube, I'm actually on YouTube because of people like you, that I found new family within the YouTube that I can support when I can, even if it's by word of advice, prayer, whatever. That's what I'm doing. I'm here on YouTube, not because of anything, because sometimes 3 months I don't see anything. So that's not my priority. But my priority is to make sure that everybody is happy and well, and especially with those of you with young children, please make sure that you're there for your children. Whatever you can do today, leave it till tomorrow. If you're married, get your husband, get them involved. Some of them are already involved. I can see some of you who are married can see how your husbands help, but some of them are not helping, and some of them are having issues. In my Japa series, there's one that I'm going to bring up soon, and it's down to husband not helping. And when you speak to some of the men, honestly, they didn't know. They said that that it's always that before they left Nigeria, that this was happening. One of them was saying that when he tries to enter the kitchen, the wife will be, "What are you doing here? Man, you're coming to see what I'm putting in the pot or how much meat I'm using," something like that. He just shout the man out. So the man will just get out of the kitchen and wait for the food to arrive. And then they come into the UK. Things changed. You now want him to get involved. You were chasing him out of the kitchen before you left. Now, before you now come or when you've arrived, then sit down and have another communication and say, "Yeah, I know that when we are in Nigeria, because I had maids who are helping, I didn't want you in the kitchen. But now it's just me and you and these children. I need the help." Because if you don't say, they will continue as they were before, because they don't want to step on your toes. Sometimes we women cause ourselves problems, and then we still complain that the man is not doing this. Men are not wired to think the way women think. Women, we can think on our feet. We can decide now, oh, what are we going to have tonight? Oh, this is not there, this is not there. We can think immediately, oh, I have that in the freezer. Oh, I have that, now I'll go and put it together and make a meal. Sometimes it happens here, even with two of us. I do, oh, what are we going to do? I'm like, yeah, I remember this. And then you'll be like, how did you? I say, yes. So we women, we are just blessed to be like that. We can think on our feet. We can multitask. But for men, you have to guide them, you have to tell them. Like I made vegetable soup, and my vegetable soup, I like to put okra in it. And I was cutting it, and I said, I just washed the okra and I handed it over to him, and he was sitting there cutting it. If not, he will be there, and you need to ask for that help. Sometimes they will do it. Normally, it's something they are used to, but sometimes ask them to help. Relieve yourself of that stress. Don't take on too much stress and then grumble that your husband or your wife, as the case may be, is not helping, but you have not even communicated with them, to them, because if you don't say, sometimes they cannot use their initiative, and that is the truth. Most men are like that, and it's just the way they are created. It doesn't mean that they don't want to do it, or they don't, because some people say, oh, my husband don't do this for me, another husband. Don't look at what other husband do. Teach your own how you want things to be done, how in your own home. Your own home is unique to you. Oh, yo, thank you for coming. We are rounding up. Please replay for me later on. We are rounding up. We've talked about various things, because today is talking about all these sudden demise. It's just happening here in London, and my sister in America told me about two that happened, one in New Jersey, one where about, and they're young people and stuff like that. So a lot going on. So we have talked through things, some of the things that we have to be doing, stress, and we talked about internal and external stress. We also talked about the fact that people say, oh, this is in our gene, this is in our family. So we talked about genetics and epigenetics. Genetics obviously being the traits that you have within your family, and epigenetics being the fact that there are behaviors or things that happen in your family that you can actually change by doing some things differently. So that's the epigenetics. You have to do things differently, because that thing that led to the demise of your mom and your grandmom, if you keep doing what your grandmom and your mom did, you obviously end up like them. But if you change things around and say, well, maybe my grandparents or my mom was always eating this and doing that, and then you say to yourself, no, I'm going to change. I'm not going to keep doing that. You turn things around. One of us went home, Nigeria, and passed. Okay. Thank you. Ngwa, see what I was talking before you came in. Lulu, you people in Nigeria, as I was applauding you earlier, look at what you just put down there. Can you imagine? This is leaving me in tears now. Lack of oxygen. You see? Here that you go, every hospital, there's oxygen points, there's oxygen mask, it's not a case of going to buy oxygen cylinder. No, everything is there. If you want oxygen, some people are in intensive care, they have oxygen for the rest of their life for 20 years, and it's there 24/7 for 20 years. So people are in oxygen. Hi. Lack of oxygen in 2 hospitals. This has left me in tears now. There's something as simple as oxygen. I rest my case. That's exactly what we're saying. At least those of us in the diaspora, yeah, we pay for everything, but at least you get what you paid for. Nurse practitioner in God, Jesus. She just went home to visit. Hey, Jesus. Look at that. Look at that, my people. That's why when I talk about Japada, people say to me, Mifechi, please, or not now. Because something like this, I mean, how? 2 hospitals don't have, if a hospital don't have basic thing like oxygen, where is our hope? Something that could have avoided, Lucy, yes. with her 2 kids. So she now passed away. The 2 kids that she came back with will be wondering what had just happened. Is this a film? Is this true? Why is her mom that we came back to Nigeria with? My people, did you hear this news? A nurse practitioner in America, she went home to visit. She became unwell. 2 hospitals, no oxygen. Husband had to make emergency return to Nigeria over the death of Neziano sent his wife and the children home to Nigeria to go and visit. And now he had to go back. Oh, we're ending this live stream on a sad note. This is very sad. I know that a lot of these things happen all the time, but this one that had just somebody that Oyoyo knows. You know, when he keeps home like this, that's when you actually give it a bigger thought. He has now had to go. His wife that he sent to say goodbye, maybe took them to the airport with the children to go and visit and come back. This is how it ended. You see what I mean, my people? This one is it's no longer a case of, oh, she just went there and collapsed and died. This one, maybe something went wrong. She had become unwell. She had to go into hospital. She has to go into hospital and receive treatment and needed oxygen. And that's another thing about blood. People pass away because there's no somebody will need blood. They'll be asking your relative to donate. What if their blood don't match? They'll just take the blood from the husband or of the person and give to the wife. What if they don't match? Do they do the cross matching? Why will not some of these big hospitals not have blood bank? Because there's another one that people have passed away a lot because they needed emergency transfusion. But by the time they check this person, oh, who is going to donate? The person passed away. Why will some of these hospitals not have blood, what we call blood bank, which is here in the UK? People donate blood all the time. They'll screen it and they put it in blood banks. So when the need arises in hospital, they'll go to the blood bank, they will cross-match and make sure that it matches the person that it can be transfused to. When are we going to get to that stage? When? And now we're talking about stress. Now tell me how this man who is rushing to Nigeria now to get for the body of his wife, how he will not be stressed himself. Oh, before I even round up, let me tell you another one that happened here in London. Was it last weekend? Yes, last weekend I didn't have live stream because we went to visit somebody who lost her husband. While we were there, the lady told us her story that broke the heart. She said that she was because we couldn't go when her husband was buried, so we went to pay her a visit. That's why I didn't have live stream last week. And by the way, I won't have live stream on Sunday because we're going to be in Scotland. But anyway, I'll put that in my community. So this lady said that the woman saw her and was saying, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. How are things? He said, oh, I'm okay. My husband actually passed away 2 months ago. Oh, the woman said, oh, I'm really sorry to hear this. And then the woman now told her own story, that her own mom passed away, and that they passed away, and the same day, the father went to go and buy something across the road, and he was knocked down by a drunk driver, and he passed away. So they now came back to report to his son, because the woman that was telling this story wasn't there when it was happening. She was, no. Yes, she was at home because obviously her own mom passed away. Her son, who was 35, where he lived, they didn't want to come and tell the woman the story in her own house. They went and told the son. The son collapsed and passed away. Hey! So the woman said that when this woman told her this story, she quickly cleaned her own eyes because she was crying for her husband. Her husband is an older man. She cleaned her eyes and said, only you. Another vacation. No, we have an event in Scotland, so we're going on Friday, come back on Sunday night. So I will have live stream next Sunday. My people, 3 in 1. Wife passed away, The husband, okay, the husband wasn't the same day. I think it's the next day. Yes, the next day, want to get something from across the road, knocked out by a drunk driver and passed away immediately. They went to tell the son, want to avoid telling the woman because she just lost her mom. Tell the son, 35-year-old, heard about this and passed it and collapsed. The original kappa. Yes, so my people, this is life that we live in. That's why I say live every day as if it's your last. This idea of stressing yourself out, saving money for the next year because you want to build a house in next year. Who told you that you have tomorrow? Never mind next year. I'm not saying don't do any saving. However, live for the moment. Enjoy the life you have now. But some people are not enjoying the life they have now. They are living things, saving for tomorrow, saving for next year, saving for 10 years that they're not even sure they're going to see. So all this sudden demise, all these issues happening here and there, may God help us. In as much as God will help us, we will have to first of all help ourselves by reducing the amount of stress, because stress has been identified as the highest reason why people are passing away suddenly like this. People have a lot in their mind. They are thinking about this, they are worrying about this. Half of the things we worry about, we do not have any control over. We can worry from today till tomorrow. We do not have any control. There's nothing we can do about it, but we still worry. Because it's human nature to just worry. You worry about your children when they are babies and small, and you wonder, oh, they went to school, hope that then when they become adults and live on their own, that one has its own worry. You phone them, you didn't hear from them, you're like, you didn't return my call, are you okay? We worry about silly things that we don't have control over. Let us do the possible and leave the impossible with God. But this idea of our people in particular, saying that it is well and that it's not their portion, let us be guided. God will do his own bit, but we have to do the possible and then leave God to do the impossible. And the possible is or are things like looking after ourselves, cutting down our stress level as much as we can. I don't know how you do that in Nigeria with this situation of things, but try. Sleep when you need to sleep. If you're feeling tired, drop everything you're doing, go to bed. The next day, by God's grace, you can continue. Don't feel tired and worn out and say, oh, it's just this, let me just complete it. So people will be completing it and fall down there and pass away. So why do you have to do that to yourself? A word is enough for the wise. So let us please do our own bit. Let us do the possible and then leave the impossible. The possible includes enjoying your life, looking after yourself. That you take vacation sometimes, it does not mean that you have all the money in the world. All it means is that you are getting your priorities right. People have their different priorities. And if yours is to work, and save for next 10 years, when you probably retire and enjoy it, good luck to you. And if yours is to live one day at a time, save for any day, obviously, but don't always keep talking about saving and keep talking about next year, keep talking about 2 years' time when you have not lived for the moment. It's not good. So, my people, I don't know, I can't say any more than we have already said today, which is looking the original kappa. My kappa here is getting cold. I'll top it up after the live stream. I'm going to be rounding up soon. So my people, thank you so much for being here. And if you're able to replay when I put the ads on, I will appreciate that so much. And next weekend, there won't be any live stream again. But the following one, by God's grace, we will be here. But one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. Do what you can to look after yourselves. Sometimes there are things people will say or do. You think about them, you want to, but then you say to yourself, you know what? They don't matter. The only person that matters, actually, if you're married, the only person that matters is your husband, your family. If you're not married, the only person that matters is your husband, your family. But the first person that matters is God. Once you're doing the right thing, I've told you people, initially I told you story when we were talking about my outfit. I told you story of my daughter in Nigeria and this outfit and everything. So the important thing for us is to do the right thing. Make sure that you're doing the right thing. And if you get it wrong, which we always do, sometimes it's not by age. An older person can guess something's wrong all the time. So retract your step and then say to yourself, I've learned from this one, you move on and don't let it stop you. The moment you go to Scotland, you will receive more copper. I know, that's why. Do you want a copper? we'll go there and we'll have Scottish copper. And we ask them a question, and we ask them a question, and they say, I didn't can. I didn't can means I don't know. Is that English? I don't know. But that's what Scottish people say when you ask them question. I didn't can, meaning I don't know. So we're going there next weekend to speak some Scottish. Yeah, because that's where we started our life. So we still have some of our old friends there. So they have an event next weekend. So we're going to be there. By God's grace, well deserved. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to see you here. You're a very strong woman. And thank you for those videos that you uploaded. Do not learn their accent. If I did not learn it for 11 years, no, that's where we started. We lived there for 11 years. And our children were all born in Scotland. So before we left Scotland, they actually all got Scottish accents. And I'm thinking, hey. But as soon as we came to England, we left Scotland in 1998. My youngest was only 3. So he didn't really get the accent. So the older ones all were very deep Scottish. But as soon as we came here after a year or so, they changed to English accent. So yeah. So I'm not going to learn their accent. I struggled initially when I went there in the hospital, because all the people you meet in the hospital are locals, very local, and they don't speak proper Indian. They are very deep Scottish accents. I said to myself, what is this one here? Or is this in UK? Is this English? What is this one? And I struggled, but as time went on, I got to understand what they say, what they meant by I didn't can. I didn't can. I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, let us end it here. Enjoy yourself, Mama. Thank you so much, Lulu. Thank you so much, Lucy. Very strong woman. AA has been in the background. Now that we're about to say bye-bye, she came to say goodbye to us. Thank you, AA, for being in the background. I hope you're giving me a thumb up. Thank you so much. And yes, as I say, Lucy is back on YouTube. If you want to hear her story, you can go to her channel to know why she has not been on YouTube for some months. She's a very strong woman, and God will continue to be with her. She has been in my thoughts and prayers since she shared with me. And God is going to surprise you, my dear. God will surprise you. You're a very strong woman. It can only be God. It can only be God that you are how you are now. So I'm so proud of you. She cannot miss my charts. Which charts? Musisi, is the accent that bad? Lulu. If I speak Scottish, I can't even remember any of them now. If I speak it to you, you'll be wondering, what is that one? Is that English? I was on the protest line with Funke. Protest line. Really? Where? I was not driving. Funke, she is in for a Amen. Thank you so much, Mama. I really appreciate your love and support. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about YouTube that made me to just still continue, because I've met some lovely people here, and yeah, it's good to be where people are. Yeah, and I'm not. I cannot miss my chance. Oh, Vijay, you're still here. You see, these people from Nigeria are still here with their data, with all that is going on. If that is not love, what is it? Please look after yourselves over there. As I say, I don't ask. Even my sisters in Nigeria anymore, I don't even, or their children, I don't even ask, how are things now? I don't ask. Just sleep carried me. You see, that sleep carried you, you slept. Good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, B Joy. Sleep came, you answered the call of nature. Hmm? You did not say, let me finish this later on. Mm-mm. I have just watched some of your videos. I was so downcast. Yeah, you're such a strong person. Yes, thank you. She is. Did you, Lucy, did you see what wrote? Yeah, she is. She is. When she told me, before she announced it, when she told me about Kobe not being her, if she wasn't the one telling me, I'll tell the person to get out. What are you talking about? The way these two, Kobe and Lucy, is behaving, telling me that she's please go. But because she was the one that told me herself, I was, anyway, let me not go there. Let me not go there. Yeah, she's a very strong woman. And God, and she's, as you see her smiling all the time with her open teeth. Mhm. That's how she is. Lovely person. Very, very young person. No, never mind that she's what do you universe call it? She's a orobo, like the hair. Never mind that she's a very young girl, married early, and this is what she saw. But God have not left her. She's going to testify. Yes. You will not understand. You like to sleep too much. She won't understand. That baby inside her is making her to sleep too much. She said you won't understand. And with that heat in Nigeria, sometimes the sleep will just come. You can't help it. Minister of Enjoyment. She's still her baby soon, I think. Not far to go. I hope it's not a secret. You mentioned it in Dadibella said this thing, so I'm not leaking a secret. I was so sad. Yeah, very sad. Yeah. If you go back to her channels and see her and Kobe. Oh God. So when she told me that, I'm like, Lucy, please don't say that. Yes, she couldn't have done the job of a mother. No. In fact, she was better than most mothers, the biological mothers, better than most. Much, much better. I have to check all the guests with my bottle in my hand. Which bottle are you having? What is? You have to check all the guests with bottle in your hand. You see, yeah, baby. Yes, so she is. She is. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was better. Lucy did a good job with Kobe. And you know what? All those videos that you've done with Kobe in your channel, thank God for YouTube. Kobe will grow up very soon, become a man, and he will ask questions. He will see those videos. Those videos, they are just preserve your channel well that they don't do anything to. In fact, if you can save some of the videos somewhere else, please do. Some of the yes, Lulu, some of the videos you did with Kobe, if there's any way, just in case, so you can save it somewhere else, because you never know these YouTube people. Kobe needs to see those videos when he grew up, when he became a man. So you still have a son. Yes, you still have a son where Kobe is, because he will never forget. He will never forget. Yes. Okay. Okay. We see. Uh, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Yes, 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 keep those videos very well. He's still not exactly somebody she picked when he was just born from birth until age 6. Who else does he know? If you see, come and see when he pranks him. When sometimes he will prank him, and Kobe will be like, "No, mommy, I'm sorry." And she will just be pranking Kobe left, right, and center. I enjoy watching them. Kobe is such a sweet boy, and it's going to grow that nurture, that thing you have put in her, in him for those first 6 years of his life. That's the nurturing stage. It will remain with him for the rest of his life, and he'll be looking for you when he comes to age. He's still your son. Nobody will take that away. I didn't see Funke today. No, she wasn't here today. Yeah. I saved some of my Google photos. Good. Very, very good. Yes. Amen. 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 It will happen because she loves and she's so good with kids. God does not sleep. When it happens, you say that on my live stream today that AA predicted something and it will happen. She showed him genuine love more than any mother can do. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And because of that, God will not just let it go like that. Especially the way things were handled and the way things were done and everything. God sees everything, and He is the rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. I don't mark today's date. Yes, so mark today's date because it will, when you project, sometimes we say things and we think it's just saying. That's what AA just said is prophetic. Yes. Yes, it's prophetic. So mark today's dates. It's going to happen. God will do it. God will do that. So my people, on that note, we have to end the live stream. It will come to pass. Amen. Amen. Oh, I have been kind of emotional because his birthday is in two. You mean W days? Meaning you want to write 2 days? 2 days time. Really? So he will be 6 or 7? Lulu, will he be 6 or 7? If you answer me, then I'll round up. How old will Kobe be? Okay, so he's August baby. Okay, you mean 2 days? Yeah, he'll be 6. Yeah, 6. Still a child, still a baby. But you've done so well with him. Such a lovely, lovely boy. Okay, my people, let's end it here. By God's grace, I'll see you not after next weekend. If I'm able, I can do a clip from the event, just a birthday thing that we're going for. Small birthday gathering that we're going for next weekend. But we're just taking it as weekend away. Yeah, he's still young, still a baby. I'll be fine, Mom. Yeah, you will be. You will be. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed week. And by God's grace, see you in 2 weeks' time. Because there's no live stream here on Sunday coming. God bless you all. And bless your families. And whatever you're looking for, we'll start looking for you this week and beyond. Look after yourselves. We have talked about all this sudden demise. Let us just do our own bit. Let us do the possible and leave the impossible with God. And on that note, I'll say goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.